You know, contrary to popular belief, we really do have the best jobs in the world. We get to drive cars, hang out, have fun. And last week I was at the track driving the Lexus LFA. And it's a great car, if you've got $400,000. But sometimes life is more about the realistic and simplistic things. For instance, the Jeep Wrangler Rubicon. This is FLDetours. So, what do you get when you take off-road capability and cheap? You bring them together and you get the Jeep Wrangler. More specifically, you get the Rubicon though. And when you think about it, this car hasn't really changed much since the 1940s. I mean, that's when they started building them for the Army and the GIs out overseas. You know, there's been many variants over the years. They've used it for the Postal Service and stuff like that. And although technology has evolved in the Jeep and it's kind of taking precedence, I mean, we have a touchscreen navigation, for instance. The problem is, it still kind of feels like it's back in the 1940s because, I mean, for example, look at the transmission. It looks like it's from a school bus, and you shift it, that's as good as it gets. You can't power shift this thing. I mean, it rattles all over the place. It's just jittering all over like a little jitterbug. I don't know what else to say. And I mean, it's just vibrating. It smacks my hand. It makes me feel like I have Parkinson's. I'm just going like this the whole day after I'm done driving it. I mean, Jenna Jameson would love this thing. What Jeep is a testament to is function over form. Take a look at this big tire. It's not the prettiest thing. It doesn't enhance its style. But how many other cars come with a full-size spare? Walk with me, talk with me. One more thing. This car is built phenomenally well. Listen to this. Yeah, it's that serious. While driving on the highway, the Wrangler is more or less out of its element, to say the least. It's powered by a 3.8 liter V6, and it produces, give or take, 200 horsepower and just about 240 pounds-feet of torque. And the good thing is, it's a lot of that low-end grunty stuff. So it gets the job done. But it does take a while to get up to speed, don't get me wrong here. The problem is when you do get up to speed, it's kind of a miserable experience because you have so much wind noise, and then there's so much play in the steering. I'm not going anywhere. You see how much I'm moving this thing? And it just makes for a really bad concoction. But don't be fooled, because this car is outrageous at lower speeds, you know, around town and off-road, which is what this car is built for. Duh. One thing I really do like about this car, though, is the way it makes me feel. You know, I take off the top, open the windows, put a little bit of 9 Inch Nails on the radio. You know what it feels like? I feel like I should be like putting a 50 caliber machine gun on top of this car. You have to remember, you can't have any expectations walking into this thing. You can't expect leather interior or anything like that. It's all about being a utilitarian, workman's, proletariat dream, you know? It's about having interior that, you know, there's no door skins. It's metal and plastic. And, you know, at the end of the day, you can just take a hose and wash it all down, get all the mud and gunk off of it. That's what this car is about.